We began with the breaking news regarding George Zimmerman. He will be released on bond. A judge has set bail at $150,000. Zimmerman won't leave jail today, but he could be free in a matter of days. Right now, attorneys are trying to work out arrangements that would allow him to leave the state of Florida while he awaits trial. NBC's Jay Gray is live from Sanford, Florida. So, Jay, I imagine you talked with a lot of people who were around there. What was the reaction today after the judge made his decision?
Hey, Tamron, yeah, a lot of people not really surprised that bond was set in this case. Most observers thought that that would be the case. I think the most shocking thing that happened in the courtroom today was George Zimmerman actually reaching out to the parents of Trayvon Martin, talking to them from the stand, apologizing, saying he was sorry for their loss, that he did not know how old Trayvon Martin was, did not know if he was armed. Today, after the hearing, which was long and very contentious, his attorney, Mark O'Mara, talked about the controversial decision to let him speak.
He had always wanted to acknowledge what happened that day in the death of Trayvon Martin. And I was hopeful that that could be accomplished in more private ways, and we weren't afforded that opportunity.
Okay, let's talk a little more about the details of his release, which could come in the next few days here. We have already talked about the fact that they are trying to decide whether he will be able to live out of state awaiting his trial. He must wear a GPS ankle monitoring device. He'll have curfew between 7 at night and 6 in the morning. No contact with the Martin family or any other potential witnesses in this case. He's not allowed to use firearms, alcohol, or illegal drugs. Again, his attorneys, his defense team saying they understand that this is going to be a problem. They've mapped out 4 or 5 locations where he can live, but they are concerned about his safety, just as they were when he was in jail behind bars here. He was isolated in protective custody. They want to move him somewhere where no one will know where he is, and say that he won't be out and about, that he will simply be helping them to craft his defense, Tamron. It's going to be a long and difficult process. Right. We likely won't see a trial or even a stand your ground motion until sometime next year.
Absolutely. And Jay, did we get the indication that the prosecution was on board with George Zimmerman going to one of those 2 or 3 places that his attorneys would like to see him as he awaits this trial?
Yeah, it looks like they're, now that we know there will be a bond in this case, that they will agree to him going wherever they feel like he can be most safe. They even said during the hearing today that they understand that is a problem and something that must be dealt with. Remember, there's a third player in all this, and that is the sheriff's department here. They've got to be able to monitor George Zimmerman, know where he is, and he must contact them every 3 days. So they've really got to work out the logistics of what may happen.
All right, Jay Gray live for us in Sanford. Thank you, Jay. And exactly